Hey, soul survivors, we're going to talk about open marriages and threesomes, things that a lot of times a narcissist may ask for in a relationship. Does it make them happier? Is it something that you honestly want or you're trying to keep your person? So know who you are because that is opening the door to a lot of problems. So I know a lady who she had some mental illness and she was taken advantage of by her husband and he would sell her. He enjoyed watching her do whatever and got a kick out of it. So years later, they're divorced now. So even though she did everything possible, she was easily manipulated, low self-esteem, things like that. Also, there was drugs involved, but she is now divorced. And there comes a point that people, even if they're mentally ill, that they see that this is not what they signed up for. It's also risking disease, pregnancy, and also abuse because that's a very vulnerable state. And I know another couple who they have an open marriage and I see low self-esteem. I believe he is a narcissist hardcore, but he gets very jealous if she's with someone and they're supposed to communicate about it. He keeps his side quiet, so it's not upholding to the agreements. So be careful. It's opening a door to betrayal, jealousy, cheating, possibly having, the person you're trying to please leave you for somebody else. It opens up a door to temptation. And I know my friend who is in that open marriage, or relationship, is like convinced that they have this strong relationship, that he won't stray, that he is going to stay with her and they're just going to play with other people. But I don't believe that is true. If the correct opportunity came, somebody with more money or whatever it was, that I think he would leave her. And, when things go bad in relationships, that it's the core of the relationship. And the two of you should be able to work through things. And when you start needing to bring in other people, that it can cause a lot of problems. And, there's people who are gender fluid, people who like experimenting or just for the fun or like to be swingers. But if that's not who you are, it's going to start eating you and it's going to start causing jealousy. It's going to start changing how you feel about yourself, that you're not good enough. And, you know, um, it weakens the foundation. And if you feel you have to be somebody other than you are to keep someone, you're going to lose yourself. So if you are asked to do that and it is outside of your comfort, know what your boundaries are. And sometimes we have to lose people. And the hard part with a narcissist is, you have talks with them and you set your boundaries. They sometimes seem like they're honoring your boundaries, but they'll go behind your back. And when you start a relationship with a narcissist, you think you know who you're with. And over time, little pieces of that mask start to fall and you start to see them for who they truly are. But by that time, you're caught up in that fantasy world. You have possibly CPTSD. You definitely most likely have that trauma bond, which keeps you wanting to fix it because of the cycle of abuse. It always seems like there's hope that things are going to get better. And you probably have a good heart and you don't want to give up on somebody that you love, but we have to remember to love ourselves and we have to protect ourselves, not to open ourselves up to unwanted pregnancies or disease, or even just the shock to our self-esteem. And we are enough. We are enough. And if we're not enough for a particular person, maybe they're not your person. Don't change who you are. And I saw this really interesting post that said, it's like if you're wearing a mask, the mask you wear to get someone, when you take off that mask. That's how you're going to lose them. Because with the narcissist, you fell in love with somebody else. And over time, they push the boundaries and they try to see what they can get you to do. Sometimes it's even just for fun or a joke or to demean you, and so they can feel superior over you. It's not a partnership with a narcissist. They love that power. They do not want to give up that power. They're not open to being vulnerable. So it's not the way to strengthen a relationship to bring outside people into it. It dilutes the specialness of a relationship. And you deserve a true, honest, loving, faithful relationship. So don't sell yourself short. Sometimes we have to stick to the boundaries and let people go. If the person really loves you, they'll understand the boundaries and stay with you and stay committed and faithful. Big hugs. It's not always easy.